is how we get down on a Monday night. What is up, universe? Welcome into DTL Primetime Live simulcast on all the stadium platforms, Amazon Prime Video, DirecTV, YouTube TV, and so on. Also simulcast on our YouTube channel. For those of you OGs and degenerates, you know who you are. Hit that like button on the way in. It really helps the show grow, or you can also watch it on social media. Now, tonight, it's a big one. Pivotal game in the AFC. You've got the 7-4, very inconsistent but dangerous Baltimore Ravens and John Harbaugh as the coach, traveling all the way out here to the West Coast to coast, to take on the LA Rams, who are 7-3, and their head coach, the brother, Jim Harbaugh. It's going to be a pivotal game tonight, and I got to tell you, I could not be more excited, and I've got the best damn crew in the business. So, ladies and gentlemen, coming off a fantastic weekend, and the chat's already popping, let me just say it is time for the picks. Oh, shout out to Maddie, says stadium intro is sick every time. Wish some of my team buildings were in it, but still incredibly badass, Matt. Whatever that meant, thank you very much. Now, look who I've got tonight. And he's starting to get a little bit arrogant, a little bit cocky with his own merch, although he only has the one hat. I wonder what happens if that one gets dirty. He is live from Memphis, Tennessee. DG, good evening.
Good evening, Coach. Good evening, crew. I'm excited. It's Monday night. My kids have been bothering me all day, so let's have some fun here. This is my me time, so let's enjoy it.
This is his me time. I'm over here busting my ass all day. He's like, hey, man, this is just like my me time. Just give me a little something extra. Now, we know that there are 12, 13 in the Mims house. We met him this morning. We met little Mims today. AB, good evening.
Hey, good evening, Coach, boys, crew. Look, 100%. Look, Mama Mims made some unbelievable cinnamon rolls, and we saw little Mims force one, crushing it. And look, if you ever wanted to fight your cousin, all right, that's what this game tonight's going to be. And forget the brother part of it. You've got two running backs from Baltimore, all right, the OC of the Chargers from Baltimore. The rest of the Chargers are former Titans that were teammates with Derrick Henry. Like, this is Thanksgiving, and we're all going to get in a family fight. It's going to be great.
And the question is, what do you know about any of these players? I mean, it's only smack dab in the middle of them. By the way, the very important question, how were those damn cinnamon buns this morning? They looked amazing.
5 stars, man. Top-rated recruit. You'd want to pay millions in NIL money.
Damn it, I knew it. I just knew it. All right, finally, he is our numbers guy for a reason. Please welcome Raphael Esparza. Good evening, Raphael.
Good evening, Coach. Good evening, crew. I think I'm jealous of DG. I wish I had kids bothering me all day today because the prop bets I had to do all day today was driving me crazy. So I think I'm a little bit jealous.
Hey, Raphael, here's a little secret from the crew. Nobody feels sorry for you. Nobody. Keep doing those props. Keep sending them over. Thanksgiving, let's go. Now, we'll get to Thanksgiving. 3 games on Thursday, 1 game on Friday, but this is the last game in Week 12. And then, guys, it gets really, really serious as we head into December. So tonight, as I mentioned, it's the Ravens and it is the Chargers. It's been moving all day. It was at 2.5, and now it's moved up to 3. So, DG, let me start with you. The public seems to think that the Ravens are the call. I don't know what they're watching because I've been watching the Chargers last month, and they have been playing as good on both sides of the ball as any team, certainly in the AFC. Your take?
Both teams are really good. Both teams are clicking right now. And if you look at it, you're looking on paper, it should be the Ravens that honestly are the dominant team, but they're not. These Chargers are nothing to play with. I like the points, but I really like that money line because I think if either team wins, it's going to be by 3 or more. And so I'm going to go with the Chargers here on the money line and back them.
All right, very good. Shout out to Brian, by the way. He says, Coach calling me a degenerate is so much better than when my wife calls me that. Right. It's a lot better than when your wife calls me that too. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right, AB, let me come over to you because DG brings up a really interesting point that sometimes does ring true, that if a team's going to win, they're going to do it by more than 3. So why not take the extra little bit and play the plus money line? Your thoughts?
Yeah, don't hate it. Anything where you have, here's the weird part. All right. And Raphael, I'd love to hear his thoughts because whenever we see tight games, all right, we always see like the Ravens Steelers, the total of 38.5 or something. I mean, this one's gone to 51. Like, that's what throws me off. That's what I don't know what to do with this game because you've got 2 great defenses. You've got 2 top 10 rush defenses, man. Like, I don't know. I answer honestly, I don't know what in the world is about to happen in this game.
Raphael, what is going on? Why is the total going up when these 2 defenses are pretty badass at times?
Agree. At 420, every book moved it to 51. At 122, every book moved it to 3. So I do not know what's going on today between this game. I understand the Raven line move going back to 3 because everyone's taking the Chargers money line, all the big money coming in on the Ravens -3. I get that. But the total, 2 defensive stack teams, I don't understand why this is 51. I thought we down to 49.5 by kickoff.
It's fascinating. It really, really is fascinating. In DG, not only is this game important for both teams, but when you start to look at how the AFC is starting to lay out, and you've got the Chiefs with the 1 loss, you have the Bills with the 2 losses, then you've got the Steelers also with the 2 losses. These are 2 teams that maybe they're not necessarily thinking about a bye or anything else, but they're most certainly thinking about getting home field, and they would love. Chargers is going to be a hard call, but the Ravens, if they lose tonight, you fall to 7-5, and the Steelers have a gigantic lead.
Yeah, this game is important for both sides, and so you're looking at a game that both brothers have a little bit in it, right? But both teams have so much to play for because this could be a pivotal game that sends you down the last parts of the season. And if you look at that total, the Ravens have hit the over 9 of the last 11 games, which is big. And I think that's why it's gone so high.
I have a tendency to agree with you on that. And AB, certain teams are bad matchups for the Ravens, or is it just certain games their defense decides not to guard anybody? Because the Bengals have figured out, hell, they scored 38 and 34 against this Ravens defense. Been no issues for them. What about the Chargers have a completely different mindset and an approach than what the Bengals or another high-powered offense might have?
But look, the Chargers are, if you want a complete team, that's what the Chargers are, all right? You're going to see it here in a little bit. They are just consistent across the board in terms of pass offense, pass defense, rush defense. They don't hurt themselves. They don't make mistakes. Justin Herbert never throws interceptions. This team plays like a Jim Harbaugh-style football team. You look at the Ravens, all right? The best run defenses in the NFL. Literally 32nd, the worst pass defense in the NFL. And you know what the biggest problem, the 2 biggest problems for the Ravens are this. Number 1, penalties on the offensive line, holding, left tackle, left guard. And number 2, Justin Tucker, their kicker. You know why he's having problems? Because his holder is gone from last year. And I'm telling you, it's a mess. Chargers, Dicker's one of the best kickers in the league. It is amazing that the Chargers have literally become what the Ravens were.
He's no longer automatic for the Ravens, not even close. So don't be playing for that 53-yard field goal like we've seen certain teams do earlier this year. If you're new to Primetime Live, we do our straight picks here at the top, and then we do our props just after the bottom of the hour. By the way, in about 8 minutes from right now, we've got, if you've never been here before, the greatest segment in all of remote shows, and we call it the No-Fly Zone. That's coming up in about 8 minutes from right now. But let's get to our first picks of the night. And AB, I'm coming over to you and leave it to you to find me something a little bit different. You're up.
Yes, sir. Look, you ever been in a fight with your cousin? No, I'm kidding. Look, whatever you have, all right, family going against each other, people that know each other going against each other. Look, you're going to get wildness. And what did we just talk about? Okay. Issues with kicking. Now, I'm not saying Tucker has a bad game. He could come out and kick 7 field goals, and it wouldn't surprise anybody. But I'm telling you, not having his holder is a bigger problem than people think that it is. And you've got penalties on the Ravens offensive line. So I am going to play a 2-point conversion attempt tonight and look at it plus 110. Okay. Keep it simple. If you want to bet that a 2-point conversion is successful, it'll double your money. And this counts for both teams. But this just has to have one attempted. That's it. And this game could get weird. It could get wild. I am down with this one. And John Harbaugh, this dude invented successful 2-point conversion attempts, literally came up through special teams. The guy's brilliant with it.
Why do I feel like this could be the same type of ending? We don't see any 2-point conversion. We get down to the end like we saw with the Bengals and the Ravens, and all of a sudden, let's go for 2 and get the hell out of Dodge and fly back to Baltimore with a 1-point win, and we cash that ticket. My gut tells me that could be how it goes. I don't know. Then all of us on the Chargers, we'd be happy with that too. At least those of us who took the points. All right, DG, I'm coming over to you because you also are getting very, very specific. Talk to me.
Yeah, the Los Angeles, whatever their names are, the Chargers. I almost said the San Diego Chargers. The Los Angeles Chargers are very stingy in the first half on defense. And so I expect this to be a close game just overall within the first half. Of the second half, the Ravens make adjustments, and they always kind of just lay on you a little bit like Derrick Henry. You can't tackle him in continuous basis. So that's why I'm going the Ravens. The team total in the second half over 13.5 at plus 100.
You got to do a lot of digging, a lot of handicapping to understand what those two just did. By the way, AB, the chat is not only on fire tonight, but apparently we're setting up one of the biggest whiskey drinking events in the history of DTL, apparently, according to the chat. Does that surprise you?
No, it doesn't, because Randall Mims is literally a top 10 Jack Daniels collector in the world. I'm not kidding. Like, it is, if you could see what I'm looking at, it is unbelievable, man. Like, they're everywhere. They're at other people's houses. He's got all kinds of stuff. Yeah, so, yeah, that checks.
I learn something new every single day about AB's closest friends, the Mims. We love the Mims. Mama Mim, Little Mim, Randall Mims. Love them all.
Love
all right, Raphael. Yeah. All right, mine's very, very clear. I just think the wrong team is favored here. I just do. We're talking a 7-3 team's been playing great football. They run it down your throat. J.K. Dobbins is healthy, and Justin Herbert is playing great football. What are we missing? The Ravens can't stop anybody. I'll take the Chargers, and I'll take the home points. Raphael, 2 plays. You're up.
Yeah, I've been red hot on teasers, so I'm going back to the well. Give me the Chargers plus 8.5 and the under 57 and a 6-point teaser minus 120. Chargers 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games, and the Chargers defense has only given up 20+ points in 2 games this year. I see defense being the big key as the Chargers get the victory, so I'm going to go under on that one. And then give me some field goal props. Give me the total field goals over 113.5, laying the 3 nickels. I have played this prop twice, 115.5, 115.5. We cash twice. We go for 3 in a row. Ravens has hit this prop 3 out of 4, and the Chargers have hit this prop bet 4 out of 6. I think these field goals be easily made tonight.
I love how many different plays that we have tonight. Very, very specific. And speaking of different, apparently, AB, I was corrected by Randall. It's not just whiskey. It's also bourbon. And apparently what's right in front of you is 300 more bottles. So I don't even know how you focus, or you don't shut your camera down at the break and go, I'll be right back.
There's a million of them. I'm telling you, dude. Like, he was up there, like, they invite him out to come, like, taste new barrels. It's crazy. There's actually
goodness.
2 barrels in here. Like, not lying.
All right. You guys learn something new every time you watch Primetime Live. Every single time. All right, we're just getting started. It's a vibe on a Monday night, the end of Week 12, and it's a pivotal game still to come. We're comparing both quarterbacks, Herbert and Lamar Jackson. Is he on his way to a 3rd MVP? Who knows? He needs a big one tonight on national TV. Also, we compare the running backs, big-time running backs tonight, and also the receivers, and it's just about time for the no-fly zone. It is DTL Primetime Live on Stadium, socials, and our YouTube. Keep it coming. Okay, you degenerates out there that continue to watch on our YouTube page, we love you so very much. And we love parlays, and Raphael loves them more than anybody. So, AB, what do we got tonight with the visitors going coast to coast?
Coast to coast with Art Bell. That's what we're doing tonight. If anybody remembers that show, it was wild on the radio. All right, look. Ravens +3, Derrick Henry anytime TD, Lamar Jackson anytime TD +500. And yes, that's Ravens +3. Getting the points there. Or you could go Ravens money line. Derrick Henry 2 touchdowns, that's ground or in the air, and Justin Herbert to throw a pick +600. Or here you go, coach. You go on Derrick Henry anytime TD, Lamar Jackson anytime TD, and you remember J.K. Dobbins used to be the running back of the Ravens, so we'll include him on this one, +800, so we're not fully leveraged on all Ravens touchdowns here. Raphael, what are you looking at, bud?
I love me some parlays, but I love me some 8-1. Give me 3 guys that hit anytime TD, Henry, Jackson, Dobbins. Ka-ching.
Cha-ching indeed. All right, Memphis had a big win over UConn, DG. What do we got here, bro?
Just like the Tigers over the Huskies, just like DG over Soupy, we're going to go with the big one here at +800 as well. If Raphael loves it, I love it.
There we go. Coach, what do you like here?
Oh, my God. Enough of all this nonsense for show purposes only. Let's go +500. That's the only one that I could see all those coming in. The other are just way, way too much.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. I'm going to take the middle one, number 2. Give me the Derrick Henry 2 TDs. Ravens win the game. Herbert throw a pick. I'll take +600.
You remember, AB, we discussed having an actual seminar to teach our crew how to trash talk, since we had, perhaps one of the greatest heels of all time in the WWE hosting this show. I feel like this, after what DG just did right there, we need to really make that a real thing, because we have some of the worst trash talk in the history of sports betting.
That was pretty good.
He texted it too.
I did.
You over Soupy? Is that something to brag about? That's the question. That's the question. All right, we continue on. It's Primetime Live. It's a Monday. It is feast week. It is Thanksgiving week, and we could not be more excited. We're back live in 5 seconds. All right, we continue on here on DTL Primetime Live on all the stadium platforms. Amazon Prime, DirecTV, YouTube TV, also on our YouTube channel or on socials. We don't care how you watch. We just care that you watch. Now, almost every single game, certainly the primetime games, we cash at least 1 or 2 tickets because of this next segment. It's one thing to predict what's going to happen. It's another thing to look at exactly what does happen to then predict what's going to happen. Confused? You should be. You soon won't be. No fly zone.
Let's take a look here at the board just so we all understand what we're looking at here, okay? Look at the Baltimore Ravens. 30.4 points per game scored, second most in the NFL, but 23rd in points per game allowed. They give up some. Both of these teams time of possession. But look at the Chargers, all right? 19th in points scored this year, but look at that. They're only giving up 14.5. Best in the NFL scoring defense. Jim Harbaugh ain't playing with you, son. But keep going down the list. Look at this. The Ravens, 3rd pass offense, 32nd pass defense, 2nd rush offense, 2nd rush defense. All right, you look at the Chargers, not bad, but good, consistent. 10th ranked rush defense. All right, let's take a look at the Ravens offense here. Lamar Jackson, you've seen him, you've heard about him. He's won an MVP or 2. It's pretty good. All right, his offense is actually growing in terms of the pass game. He's getting better as a passer, and I don't mean that negatively. It is hard to get better at the NFL level, and he's doing it. You're seeing 5-yard passes, 10-yard passes, but he doesn't go deep, middle, left, or right. Lets his guys get a little yak and keep going, okay? Chargers secondary, we just talked about it. Not great, but they've got some spots. Flip this thing over here. Lamar Jackson, all right? Here's what he's facing. His head coach, that guy's brother's on the other side, former NFL quarterback. You think he's watched some Lamar Jackson highlights? He's watched tape on this guy his entire career, okay? He understands this man. Where Lamar can get into trouble. Deep left, deep middle, deep right. Forcing something, bad pass, scrambling, pocket moving, That's generally where he gets in trouble. Same thing with short right. Other than that, I mean, Lamar Jackson is having a great season. Obviously, we've seen that. Now, here are the game scripts, what you're going to see, okay? Because the Chargers can get after you. They can sack the quarterback. They play good run defense. They play good pass defense, all right? The Ravens have started slow. They need to get back to scoring first. Take a look at the first drive. I bet they take a deep shot, okay? Now, sticking to Derrick Henry, survive to second. What does that mean? That means that Derrick Henry is like Saquon Barkley. They get better as the game goes. They'll wear you out, okay? Titans did this all the time, where they'd run Derrick Henry in the first quarter, the second quarter, and it didn't feel like really much was happening. You have to stick with it. Stick with Derrick Henry. Get to the second half, game kind of even. Don't be down by 10, 13, 17 points where you can't use him. Derrick Henry will show up. Now, Justice Hill, their backup running back, short pass game. What do I mean by that? Look at his numbers. One of the best pass-catching running backs in the NFL. And you want to know a secret? Derrick Henry can't pass protect. That's right. As big as this man is, he can't do it. Justice Hill can, one of the best in the league. They'll bring him in, all right, to pass protect for Lamar Jackson, and then they'll throw it to him. All right, 2.5 receptions is the number. I think the yards is like 17.5 or something. Love it for Justice Hill. Then finally, the penalties. Left side, protecting Lamar's blind side. All right, left tackle, left guard. Holding all season long. Got to stop it. 3 out of 5 stars, throw a pick. Now, go to the other side here. Guess what? All right, the Ravens, their former offensive coordinator, now the offensive coordinator of the Chargers. You don't think John Harbaugh knows what that man's doing? He actually got rid of him. So he knows exactly what that guy could do. Ravens secondary, that's worst in the league, pass yards. Justin Herbert, he can make every damn throw in the league, and he's not afraid to throw it deep. He's got a cannon. Guess what? Justin Herbert hasn't thrown a pick in week 11, week 10, week 9, week 8. We just keep going. This dude doesn't throw interceptions. They don't turn the ball over. Flip it over, though. He's got a couple rough spots where the Ravens, whose secondary is actually playing better. All right, deep right, intermediate mid. Not many, but they can bait you and use their linebackers to do so. Take a look at the game scripts here. Both teams are facing injuries at the linebacker position, okay? And Justin Herbert, his game scripts and what the Chargers are going to want to do is this, okay? Flip that thing over. Let's take a look here, because what you will see, expose the linebacker injuries, okay? Queen's not out there. Use it, okay? Put them in no man's land. Spacing. We talked about it last night with the Eagles. They use the run game to keep the linebackers and the safeties and the corners all over the field. Guess what? That's a lot of green to cover, and you don't got enough dudes to do it. Use space tonight. Wide receiver, longest receptions are heavily in play. Look for Justin Herbert to go right across the middle, all right? Intercontinental routes. Catch it at the 10 and run for 80 yards. That's what these guys can do. And Justin Herbert, rush attempts. He will run the ball. Do it, because that kills defenses in terms of spacing with nowhere to go. 3 stars to throw a pick as well.
Did you just say that Herbert will run the ball tonight? A little foreshadowing, perhaps, of my prop picks coming up in about 10 minutes from right now. That's as in-depth as you guys will ever see. Producer man, I need to compare these two quarterbacks, if I could, please, because on the home side, let's start there, DG. Justin Herbert, his numbers right where it needs to be. He's kind of had games where, as far as stats are concerned, he does what is necessary. 297 a week ago. Then against the Titans, 164, 289, 279, 379. My point is that if the Ravens have a horrible defense or pass defense and everything that AB just said, maybe we should lean into Herbert in the air tonight, because I feel like that is what he's going to need to do, and that's what's available.
The Ravens have a very, very tough and the number one defense for rushing to the running back. And so at that point, you have to assume they're going to kind of fade and stay away from the running back and just kind of keep the Ravens honest. And so because of that, I have to look at the passing yards for Justin Herbert here. And then look at that longest pass, 38.5 on both sides pretty much. That's astronomical.
That is super, super, super large. I actually have a play coming up that if you play a certain receiver, you can get a far less than that, but clearly you would have to go to that particular receiver. Raphael, let me come over to you. Do any of these others seem particularly high because those longest pass on both sides of the fence seem very high to me. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Are we serious? Are we serious right now?
Completion's low at 21.5. I think that's low for Justin Herbert. I thought it would be around 23.5. So 21.5, I think there's value there.
You're just going to keep talking as if nothing just happened right there?
Correct.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Act like nothing happened.
Well, when he gets charged those memberships, that will really happen. I can tell you that. Holy smokes! Right off your mute game. You're completely off your mute game right now. I don't even know. I'm almost embarrassed for you. I'm almost embarrassed for you. I'll give you another chance. AB, let me come back over to you. Because it feels like to me that on the Lamar Jackson side of things, and it seems like we focus a lot every primetime night on those pass yards because people love to bet them. Anything that you can root for to happen throughout the game. Do you feel like tonight with the Chargers and the defense that really has been slept on because they haven't had a lot of national TV games, I think people are going to be really surprised at how good this defense really is. Do you think Lamar will struggle in the air tonight?
Oh, yeah. That's the thing about it for both of these guys is that you'll have spots where they'll struggle, look great, look even better, struggle again. These two coaches, forget the brother part. They're just football dudes. Like, they've been around it their whole life. They understand this, man, and they know what the other guy's thinking here, right? I think you hit on the longest completion. Those are big numbers, right? Look to play it with wide receivers, running backs, or tight ends, okay? I'm telling you, Justice Hill, watch it. Go look at his numbers. Go look at Justice Hill's longest reception the last 5 weeks. It's double digits every time, and that's a backup running back. You could get really good numbers there, right? So I think you're spot on, Coach, at looking at the singular ones instead of, a deep bomb, so to say.
It's going to be really fascinating. It really is, DG. And when you just look at the total numbers for both quarterbacks, you can see why Lamar Jackson is the second, I guess, has the second best odds to be the MVP. I mean, he's had almost 2,900 yards so far, 25 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and then you got Herbert. I mentioned he only does what he needs to do. He only has about 2,200 yards, but 13 touchdowns and count them 1 interception. So people better be very careful with that minus 115 because this year Herbert and that game plan have been very, very conservative when they need to be.
Yeah, Justin Herbert has looked to the slant, but also kind of the curl route on the right side is where I'm looking at. That's where a lot of his passes go to. And whoever lives there is obviously Will Dissly, but also I think Quentin Johnston lives there a lot. And so there's guys that you can target depending on where Baltimore allows, but also where Herbert likes to go to. And so same thing for Lamar. Lamar, this game's going to play out however, honestly, they allow. So if they allow a lot of passing yards, you're going to see Lamar follow. If they don't, you're going to see his number fall down below that.
My gut tells me that Raphael has something to say. Raphael, go.
Herbert money coming in on the under passing yards. DraftKings now has 262, and the line just dropped it all the way to 260.5.
Wow. And if you don't think that matters, there's been many, many times where it comes down to a yard or two. AB, go.
Yeah, and I'll say this. The Chargers have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL, and their run game design is so exotic. It's beautiful. They're running whams. They're running C-gap, B-gap, A-gap, weak side. Dude, it's awesome. I totally get it. Their running backs could go tonight, both of them. Both former Ravens.
Incredible. By the way, the chat is so good tonight. I feel like the chat, AB, has gotten into your stash over there at the Mims Mansion because they are popping over here.
Everybody's drinking. Let's go.
They're all drinking already. Nobody has to work this week, and they all are really buying into what Z-Man did this morning. They're brothers? Oh, they're brothers? Yeah. Oh, they're brothers? Oh, my goodness. You talk about playing out a storyline, and I was watching Adam Schefter right before the show started, a full hour special on the brothers that last time I checked, they've been brothers for 60 years, 65 years. We will just absolutely bang that horse, won't we? Absolutely. By the way, anybody see Shannon Sharp and Stephen A get into it today? Yeah. Skip Bayless, line 2. All right, still to come. We are crossing the bottom of the hour. Still to come, we're going to prop it up. Also, we're comparing the running backs tonight. Derrick Henry, J.K. Dobbins. Also, who's going to catch the ball? We'll talk about that too. It's a vibe. It's prime time. Stadium. You too. Let's go. All right, degenerates, we continue on here on our YouTube page. We have looked at the away parlays, but AB, this is what I am really interested in, the home team parlays. Let's go.
Let's go indeed. And I'll tell you what, you want an interesting stat? Isn't it weird that John Harbaugh's the older brother? It feels like Jim Harbaugh would be the older brother there, but nope, it's John.
Are you serious? I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, John's 62, Jim is 60.
Oh my God. That is crazy.
Yep, it is, man. All right, Chargers +3. J.K. Dobbins anytime TD. Herbert 225 passing yards or more +250. Chargers, let's move that number to +5. Big Lad McConkey anytime TD +425. Herbert to throw 250 passing yards or more at +425. And then finally, Chargers money line, big time, win the game. Big Lad anytime touchdown, and Herbert at his number over 263.5 passing yards at +800. Raphael, where are you going?
I'm going plain Jane on this one. Give me the +250, Chargers +3, Dobbins anytime TB, and Herbert +225 plus passing yards.
Okay. DG, what's a Memphis player?
I love that middle one, but I just found out that they're brothers tonight. So I have to go the Chargers money line and go to Lad Herbert over 263. We're going +800.
It'd be a lot better if they were cousins, because then you're not as close. Then you want to take a swing at them. All right, Coach, where you going?
Well, apparently I'm saying stupid things I didn't even realize I said. Matt said it wasn't on his bingo card. I'm not going to say it again, but if I said that, then oh my God. All right. Anyway, I'm going to go middle one because I like the Chargers getting the points. McConkey, like him tonight. And I think Herbert is going to abuse this defensive backfield. So give me a +425.
All right, I like it, man. I'm going to go. I'll go with that first one, +250. I like that one. Yeah, I think it's going to be a fun game. But Lad McConkey, great route runner. Keep an eye on the shoulder. Just keep an eye on that one tonight. This is going to be a physical game. These two teams fight, dude. It
really is. Speaking of fight, I real quick, producer man, I need the 3-shot. So to update our showdown between Z and Mark from Weekend Wagers, Florida's up 1-0 in the first over Washington. We got a crew-on-crew showdown. Z-Man's got Florida, and for the show on the puck line. So that's really good news. Yeah, we're back in 2 seconds. All right, we go. Welcome back. We are live on Stadium and all the platforms, also our YouTube channel. You guys continue to help us grow that platform. We can't thank you enough. It is 7:32 in the East, 4:32 out here in the West, where it's almost dark already. It makes no sense, but we're here for you every damn prime time night. Now, we do our straight picks at the top of the hour, but there's a lot of you that don't like those. You don't like to play straight picks. You only like props. We have a little segment we like to call Prop It Up. Okay, you've seen the no-fly zone. We've compared the quarterbacks. So props tonight. Oh, tasty, tasty, tasty. AB, you're up first.
Yeah, we're going picks tonight. All right. You ever wanted to fight? I'm just kidding. Look, I do like both quarterbacks to throw a pick because, quite honestly, dude, it's a law of averages. You're going to throw one in the NFL. It's going to happen. The Ravens secondary has been playing great. So I'm going to take Lamar plus money. I'm going to take Herbert -115. Derrick Henry, 2+ touchdowns. Had that on the morning show, +265. And then finally, Joshua Palmer, wide receiver for the Chargers. Longest reception, over 18.5 yards. I think that you guys are going to like this kid. Somebody look up where he played in college. I can't quite remember.
Tennessee. Oh, Tennessee.
Whoa.
On line one.
Top. Yep. Good wide receiver. You like it.
Do any other schools have any players? I feel like every player that we talk about on the show somehow went through Knoxville. Somehow.
Yeah. We had a tough 20-year stretch there for a while. It was dark.
Very funny. Very funny. All right, AB, thank you very much. 4 good ones to start. My gut tells me we're going to have a lot of green check marks tonight. All right, DG, coming over to you, big boy. What do you got?
We got a revenge game. J.K. Dobbins over 14.5 receiving yards. Baltimore allows the third least amount of rushing yards. They allow the third most receiving yards. It makes sense to me. Dobbins over 14.5 receiving yards. Then we're going to go Will Dissly over 43.5 yards at -115. Baltimore allows the most targets. They allow the most receptions, and they allow the second most yards to the tight end. Will Dissly is playing really good football right now. Look for him to go over this 43.5 receiving yards at -115.
All right, very, very good. Thank you for all of you watching live right now. Really good live number. Now, if you're going to cash with the coach, you're going to do it these two. I've had great weeks the last couple of weeks. I don't want to toot my own horn, but toot. Now, I love Quentin Johnson, longest reception, over 24.5 yards. He's kind of the speed guy for the LA Chargers. And this is 14 yards less than what I would need if I just played Justin Herbert. Last week, 2 catches, 48 yards. What's that average? I'm not a math major. It's 24 yards a catch. And tonight, I think he gets loose at least once deep. Then Justin Herbert. Anybody know how many rushing yards he had last week? 65. He averaged 13 yards a carry. He gets loose normally, and AB talks about it all the time, the last 2 minutes of either half. That's when he gets loose, and a lot of quarterbacks do. So it's only 19.5. You just want to hand me money? Please, we don't even need to play it. It's that freaking easy. Sometimes it's too easy, guys. Now, Raphael, I saved you till the last so you would know that I'm actually coming to you and you'd have plenty of time to hit your mute button. Let's see how this works out. Raphael, you're up.
Thank you. Coach J.K. Dobbins over 12.5 rushing attempts. I had this in the morning show, laying the 3 nickels. Hit this prop 8 out of the last 10 games he has played. I think it should be another easy cash. And then Lamar Jackson over 14.5 longest rush yards. He has gone over 16 longest rush yards in 9 out of his last 11 games. This number should be 15.5. I don't know what the computer spit out 14.5. It should be 15.5, but we're going to take the mistake by computer bot, and we're going to crush this one, Lamar Jackson, with his legs. And someone asked in the chat, over under for Harbaugh. I made a number 65.5. Super Bowl when they played, it was announced 54.5. But then I found out late that the dad wasn't going because it's their wedding anniversary today. So I just voided it.
You got some of the most random stories I've ever heard in my life. If Al Michaels was doing the game tonight, I would probably take the over because he'll do stuff just to piss people off. At 83 years old or whatever, Al Michaels does not give a damn. He does not give a damn. Him and Herbstreit just crack me up because I don't know if either one of them care. Herbstreit just took it because it was $7 million a year. Al Michaels did it so he didn't have to sit at home when NBC fired him. So get it there. But Monday night, it's Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. We'll have to wait and see. Over 65. Interesting.
Super Bowl, the Super Bowl, they didn't say it once. Now, Harbaugh named once after the third quarter.
Which means those announcers were betting on that exact prop. Don't think for a second that they weren't. AB, I'm catching some strays in the chat. Japan says by the end of the year, my gym record is going to be 0-58. Hurts. Joe says coach's club record is the same as mine. Brutal year. But here's the big one. The big one that's still in play, AB. DG, look away. My other crew wager is still in play for Mark. If coach gets into the club before DG gets his third gym, he has to buy 50 memberships. 50 memberships.
So, okay, number 1, 50's a ton. Yep, I love this. I love this showdown. And number 2, you know what? Like talking about you being 0-40 and like not getting in. You know, we spoke about the Chiefs last year that they were done in the regular season. And then you know what? This game is in the playoffs too. This game's on holidays too. We've played this game, Coach, for a lot of years. I've seen people slow start and then take off. Just watch out.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
We got 3
I don't
on
even know
Thursday.
if the whole crew even knows this, but we are allowing anybody that wants to participate on Thanksgiving Day can play the gym. Anyone, even if you're not on the show.
I mean, I bought a diamond for nothing.
Look at DG. He's like, hell yeah, I got 3 shots on Thursday, 1 shot on Friday. Damn it, let's go. All right, we've got to compare. We got 2 really good running backs tonight. Derrick Henry, J.K. Dobbins. You can see the difference, though, in their yards, AB, because we know, especially if the Ravens get out ahead, who they giving the ball to? Big old number 22. Right now, it's him and Saquon are the 2 top backs in the league. How do you make this matchup tonight?
Derrick Henry saw Saquon and what he did last night. I assure you on that one. I'll tell you the one to play. Longest rush, over 17.5 yards. Derrick Henry Just like Saquon, they always bust one. They always go. I mean, I would never play an under on anything Derrick Henry. Doesn't mean I'm playing it over either, but I'd never play it under. Longest rush, man. Like, if it's under 20, just auto play.
I don't know anybody that would play one of their favorite players or play. What's the point of betting the under? You're rooting against fun. Why would you ever bet against fun? DG, when you look at these two studs and that revenge game narrative you're talking about, that might be a real thing. J.K. Dobbins, he is fresh and he is pissed that basically he's no longer with the Ravens, but it might be a better situation for him here.
Well, Coach, have no fear. I'm here with an under. We're going to go J.K. Dobbins under 12.5 attempts. Only 3 guys this season have had 13 or more rushing attempts against those Baltimore Ravens. And so I'm not going to just watch it. I'm going to turn away anytime he's running. Just want to make sure he's catching some balls out of the backfield.
Under 12.5. When he gets to 9 or 10, we're going to be sweating that big time. By the way, John says, I agree, Coach. Under suck. Winning is fun regardless. No, Brian, not regardless when you're sweating out an under and then Derrick. Like if Derrick Henry gets to 81 yards tonight and has a couple of touchdowns, you're rooting against him? Are we, AB?
No. And here's the interesting part. Look, both the Chargers running backs, J.K. and Gus, came from Baltimore going up against the guy that replaced their asses. Like, dude, we've got all kinds of revenge game scenarios over the board, man.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, Raphael. Revenge with not 2 dudes, 3 dudes. Your take.
Well, first of all, both unders have come in on the DK Henry and J.K. Dobbins. He opened up Henry 87.5. His number opened up, so it's been bet under. Dobbins 53.5. So everyone's betting the under on both of these. I don't understand. I think Henry goes over, and I think Dobbins go over. So, but I can't believe DG's going against me on rushing attempts.
Whoa. AB, did you just hear that? Did I just let something pass me by? A crew-on-crew showdown on rush attempts for J.K. Dobbins?
I didn't know about it either. There's going to be an email tonight, but no, I'm kidding.
Gentlemen, you guys know the drill. A membership could be at stake if you both agree to it. Raphael over 12.5, DG under 12.5. Your thoughts?
I'm down.
A little something new right there for you boys. A little something new. I wanted to bust that out. Thank you, AB, producer man. So I heard Raphael say something. Maybe DG just stuck his toe in the shallow end.
I'm good, Coach. I'm not scared of a showdown. It's Raphael. He'll be asleep in a couple hours.
Let's flip it over now to the receivers. Zay Flowers and my man Lad McConkey doing work tonight. AB, everybody's sleeping on this kid. Last week, he went well over 100 yards on, I think, 5 catches or 6 catches. Are they going to guard him tonight?
Coach, look, I sat in the state of Tennessee in Knoxville, in the state of Georgia in Athens, and watched Lad McConkey kick the ball's ass up and down the field. This dude is unbelievable. He's one of the best route runners in the league. Yeah, there's a shoulder there, but you know what? Dude's tough. His receptions are great. Zay Flowers' receptions are great. I love both of them.
DG?
I'm going to go Zay Flowers over the 23.5, the longest reception. And then I do like that to piggyback off of AB, those receptions of Lad McConkey over 5.5. I think both of those are good looks here.
All right, so DG can't think for himself. Okay, Raphael, your thoughts?
Plus 160 for Flowers for anytime touchdown. Grab me that.
Grab him that. Thank you. Real quick update on the showdown. 1-1 end of the first. So that one is even stinking money. I had something else, and I can't remember.
Well, Coach, I'll tell you this. When you first said it, I was like, Florida's playing baseball? Is Caglione up to that?
You're already jonesing. Oh, man, I can't wait for college football, baseball. I believe you said Valentine's Day, correct?
Yep.
College baseball. It's going to be perfect. Football will just be over. Then we start college baseball. If you guys haven't loaded up your bank account, I encourage you to open up a sports book that has baseball and has college baseball. Otherwise, you're just leaving money on the table. All right, still to come. It's time to get serious up in this mug. Who's going to get into the gym? It's been chalky. And also, we look forward to Thanksgiving Day. It's prime time. It's a vibe on a Monday. All right, degenerates, we continue on here on our YouTube page, and we've changed it up just a little bit with AB. What do we got tonight, sir?
Going team props, and you're right, Coach. All right, we got to change it up here a little bit just so everybody can play. All right, you guys pick which one out of the four that you like. You can pick more than one if you want, but you got to pick one. All right, Ravens team touchdowns over 3.5 plus 130. Ravens team total over 26.5 points at minus 125. Chargers touchdowns over 2.5 minus 135, or Chargers team total over 23.5 at minus 120. Raphael, what are you looking at here, bud?
I like the Chargers team total over 23.5, only laying $1.20. I think they can easily put up 26 points or more in this game.
Okay. DG, what's the Memphis play here?
I'm already on the Ravens second half, the 14 points. I'm going to go with Ravens team total over the 26.5 at minus 125.
Coach, what do you like?
Well, if I'm going to go 2.5 touchdowns, that means there's a good chance that they only give me the 2 touchdowns, 2.5 at minus 134. I was waffling between the two, but I'll take the 2.5 touchdowns.
Coach, I sat here and made the damn thing, and it's difficult. I'm telling you, it's hard, man. It's hard. I'll go Ravens team total 26.5. Look, I'm with you. It's just, this is difficult, man.
It really is. What's not difficult is the chat understanding what a wagon is when it comes to AB and his college baseball. Hope to pay my mortgage with AB picks in college. That's no pressure. I agree with college baseball. AB is a wagon. Oh, a lot of pressure there. AB would win all my money if I offered all college baseball. AB, they're fired up for this year. They're fired up.
You know what? No pressure, no diamonds, and that's where baseball's played. Let's go.
Let's freaking go. All right. When we come back here in about 30 seconds or so, gentlemen, we're going to look at the 3 games that are being played on Thanksgiving, and I want to know which game you're most looking forward to. So these hours fly by so fast. It's already dark out here. I know at the Mims Mansion, it has been dark for 2 hours. I hate daylight savings time. But tonight's going to be great. It's been a great show so far. Thank you all for what an incredible live number. Are you kidding me right now? That thing just continues to shoot up. We are back live on Stadium, YouTube, social, all of it in just 5 seconds. Okay, welcome back to Stadium and all of its platforms, Amazon Prime, Direct TV. Now, it's so exciting to see me and the entire crew up there on the big screen. All right, we only have a few minutes left in the show. We'll get to our recapping of our picks and our props for those of you, and there's a lot of you that weren't here at the top of the hour. That's okay. See that live number. But also, I want to look forward to, there's 3 games on Thursday and then a game on Friday, guys. And I'm going to read these off, and I want you to tell me which of these games you're most looking forward to for Thanksgiving and or Black Friday. Chicago and Detroit. The Bears and the Lions kick things off 12:30 Eastern on Thursday. Then, I'm sure this will be an answer for nobody. The Giants and the Cowboys live from Dallas. I hope that sun doesn't come in the end there. Then the night game, Dolphins, Packers in Green Bay. It's going to be cold. And then Black Friday, the Raiders, makes sense, on the road in Arrowhead. That one's at 3 p.m. Eastern time. DG, of those 4, which one are you looking forward to the most?
I like the Packers and the Dolphins. The Dolphins have a lot to play for. The Packers look like they're finally finding their stride again. And so that's going to be the best matchup overall. I don't know if it's the best matchup for betting. By far the best matchup just on the gridiron.
AB.
All right, so first up, the reason we don't have a graphic is because I screwed that up, so apologies there. And that means that we're going to play. Look, Dolphins-Packers is the easy answer, but I get down with the Cowboys and the Giants. I want that game. Look, I don't need to have a good game to bet it. It could be 2 bad teams, all right? I just need something fun, and I can have fun with that game.
That's exactly how I feel. Every year we get to the Cowboys game on Thanksgiving, I automatically go back to John Madden. He was the best Thanksgiving Day announcer of all time. The turducken, all of it. I only got to meet him once after I got picked to be in the game 8 years ago. This year I did, count them, 62 minutes of work in the game. Hardcore Hardcore for your boy. Hardcore for your boy. All right, we got the Cowboys, fun. We got the Dolphins and the Packers. Raphael, what say you?
Give me the black hole on Black Friday. Can the Kansas City Chiefs finally cover a game? It's 13. I can guarantee you this is going to be 13.5 or 14. Could the Chiefs finally cover a game and put a double-digit win underneath their belt? I'm very interested in that game.
I'm interested to find out who's going to be the starting quarterback for the Raiders. Is it going to be Desmond Ridder? Is that who they're going with at this point? Gardner Minshew is out. He tore up his shoulder on Sunday. For me, I'm going to go with the first game of the day. I'm going to go with the Bears and the Lions. You look at the Bears, and even though they've lost 5 in a row, 3 of those were on the last play of the game. They very easily could be right in this playoff picture, but I want to see Dan Campbell post-game on a Thanksgiving. I love his post-game press conferences. You win at home on Thanksgiving, you go to 11-1. Give me that camera all day, every day. All right, I don't need the music here. I just need the recap screen, and we like to go over everything for those of you who weren't here at the top of the show. AB, let's start with you.
2-point conversion attempt tonight from either team, plus 110. Doesn't have to be successful. We just need one attempted. That's what we're going to go with tonight.
Oh, that's tasty. DG, talk to me.
Yeah, the Chargers are very, very stingy in the first half. They give up a lot in the second half. I like the Ravens here to roll in the second half. Team total over 13.5 at plus 100.
William says, I love the Ravens team total. Chargers plus the 3. I don't think they're going to need it. The wrong team is favored here. Let's take advantage of that and play the Chargers at home. Raphael.
Give me a 6-point teaser. Chargers plus 8.5 and under 57. And the Raven Chargers total field goals over 113.5, laying the 3 nickels.
Boom. AB, let's go to the props.
All right, both quarterbacks to throw in interception. Derrick Henry, 2 touchdowns or more on the ground or in the air, both count. And Joshua Palmer, Chargers wide receiver, longest reception over 18.5 yards.
What? DG?
Yeah, Dobbins out of the backfield, a little catch here and there, 3 catches, 15-plus yards. We're going to go with him. Then Will Dissly, he is just a machine right now. And Baltimore allows so many receiving yards to the tight end. Let's go over 43.5 receiving yards.
You know who also is a machine right now? You're listening to him, your boy, the coach. And we're cashing all day, every day. I've had one losing day in the last month. So tonight, I'm just going to hand you cash again. Quentin Johnson, longest reception over 24.5 yards, minus 120. And then Justin Herbert, he might get this in the first half. This might be a no sweat. This guy, 19.5, he had 65 a week ago. And they will have all kinds of space for him to run. Raphael.
Give me J.K. Dobbins over 12.5 rushing attempts because I get to beat DG at the same time as I cash my ticket. And then Lamar Jackson, longest rush over 14.5 yards.
I love how you throw those little digs in. I really, really do. Shout out to Matt. My son just turned 1. Grab my phone and watch y'all for a minute. He knows what's up. Tell the little man what's up. We'll talk to him in about 20 years. All right, this is the serious point of the program because I'm starting to get really, really irked. I'm tired of taking strays in the chat. I'm tired of all of you coming at your boy because Raphael hasn't won either. Neither has Producer Man. But when DG's on the show, he circumvents our OG, AB. So, DG, you've got 2 diamonds. I'm pissed, but there's nothing I can do about it but just come out and compete. Where are you headed tonight?
Baltimore is 23-4 out of the last 27 games and scoring the first touchdown. But I don't care. Give me Quentin Johnston at plus 1,600. And, Coach, I was thinking about you today, and I saw you pose for a picture. And, Producer Man, if you don't mind, if you could help me a little bit. I saw this, and I wanted everybody else to see it, that you have the 0-40. And I think it's a beautiful look on you. You look good, and you're showing off your beautiful record. So, Coach, shout out to you, man. You look good.
Apparently, some people don't like working around here very much. AB, that had to that. I will handle this after the show. AB, you're up next.
All right, leave it on the screen right here, all right? Because we're going to go Lamar Jackson. Look at these names, all right? We've got actual real names. It's been so chalky tonight. But right now, because of DG and what he just did, if you type coach into the chat right now, all right, we're putting the chain back on the line tonight. If Lamar Jackson gets it or if coach gets in, I'm going to pick one person and mail this thing out tomorrow. So Lamar Jackson or Ladd McConkey, if either of them get in, we'll pick a winner. Type coach in the chat. And DG, that was nice Photoshop skills right there. The neck and the head, when you start blending it, like that's where you get into trouble. You did a good job.
Oh, did you say get into trouble? Interesting you would use that phrase here on the show. Raphael, going to you. Talk to me.
I bet you my mute doesn't look that bad right now, Coach, but I'm going to take Gus Edwards at 25-1. I just think he's not going to do all the work, but when they're at that goal line, they're going to give it to him, and he'll get me into the club.
All right. Producer man's going to go with Zay Flowers at plus 1,200. That's a really good pick because he's a really popular target for one Lamar Jackson. And then I'm going to go with the guy that catches a lot for the Chargers. I think the narrative is they will, just like last night with the Eagles, they'll come out and play well. Ladd McConkey plus 1,200. And I'm very conflicted for a lot of reasons now. But if that Quentin Johnson hits my over 24.5 and gets into the end zone first, I'm just going to be pissed and happy all at the same time. By the way, TJ says, DJ moving to the big leagues, moving on from Soupy and going after Coach. That is kind of in a different league, isn't it, TG? I agree with you. TG. I'm mixing the two.
DG.
Hey, what would possess you to think that you would have a career on DTL after you did that?
Coach, I think you respect people that come at the crown. So I think I get a little respect.
No, I actually don't respect people like that. Not at all.
Coach, can we give a shout out to the marketing people of the Rams and the the Rams and the Chargers and the stadium? You want to know why?
Why?
They were smart enough that both of those teams were the exact same color schemes. So you could attract Rams fans to come to Chargers games, Chargers fans to go to Rams games. That's why last night it was all Rams fans. It looked like it, but it sounded like Eagles fans.
Like it was Eagles fans. Yeah.
Smart move.
That's what I thought.
And Pittsburgh is the only city that has all their pro sports teams that were the exact same colors. Pirates, Steelers, Penguins. Yep. Smart.
Interesting. All right. That's really, really cute. Brian, DG has a following. Double Down says TG is better than DJ. Didn't know we were going to end the show like this on a downer. That's the way it goes. You know, I was feeling it, but I'll give this everything I've got. There's only one thing left to do, and I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. My entire crew, love them all, except for one. DG, of course. My numbers guy, Raphael. He just want to step up. Producer man behind the scenes who allowed that to happen. We got to talk. And AB, my partner. I am simply the coach trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about right here on Primetime. Good luck.